Well, what do you say we have a little conversation about cable television and maybe what you're getting or not getting? All right, over the years, cable television has been the mainstay for people to get all the entertainment they wanted. Sure, you get the ABCs, the NBCs, CBSs, but you were looking for the other channels that, well, cable has, like ESPN, HBO, Showtime, all the other extra things that liked watching. And for years, the biggest companies that provided that were places like Comcast and Spectrum. And those were the big players in the cable TV industry over the years. But not too long ago, something else sort of started to crop up because more and more people were getting it. And that's called the internet. And then suddenly they said, hey, you know what? Rather than transmitting a cable TV over a copper phone line or whatever it is came into your home, you could get it on the internet directly into your home via your internet connection. Well, that led companies to say, hey, let's start putting our video, the product that we produce, let's start putting it on the internet. That way we don't have to go through cable companies and end up paying people. And it's a money deal, folks. Just understand that. So a company got started up on cable TV called YouTube. Now, everybody knows what YouTube is. YouTube's got all the instructional stuff and the news stuff and the podcast stuff and who knows what else. But the people at YouTube says, hey, we can work out a deal with the networks and start our own, cable TV company. Except it's not cable TV. It's getting the same channels via the internet. And that's exactly what they did. So they created a company called YouTube TV. YouTube TV is different than YouTube. YouTube TV is a subscriber-based. And usually in the beginning, it's cheaper than cable. Because cable, well, they've got all the parts to worry about, all the cables to worry about, and the fees they have to pay to the cities to put their cables on the city's phone poles and those kind of things. Very labor intensive, very parts intensive. Well, internet, hey, you put it in the internet, anybody can get it. So that's what YouTube TV did. Started their own, cable TV network. And it started out rather inexpensively. Now, once the people got involved, the various providers, the networks are saying, hey, well, you were paying a little bit now, but we want you to pay us more money because you're getting bigger. And what that means is people who previously had, say, Comcast or whatever particular cable company they were with, they're saying, well, heck, I don't need that anymore. I'll just get my video from the internet. Streaming, they call it. Get the internet, and we'll get the cable there, not through a cable company, and all the issues that go with that. That sounded pretty good when you think about it, and a lot of people did it. Well, it turns out this YouTube TV, this new cable TV service, is now the number 3 biggest in the United States. Yes, Comcast is number 1, Spectrum's number 2, but YouTube TV is growing every single day, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, the Disney folks who have Disney and ABC and ESPN and all the side channels that Disney has said to the people at YouTube TV, hey, we want to renegotiate our rates. We want to get what you're paying us. You're getting so many more people. They're coming over to you from Comcast and Spectrum. And we want you to pay more for our services. And the folks at the YouTube TV says, no, we think that, we are number 3, but we're about to become number 1 in the next couple of years, so we want the same rates that you were giving to Comcast. Well, the people at Disney said, no, we're going to charge you more because you're not as big. And you get really big, we'll charge you a better rate. So there was the impasse. And Comcast, and then the Disney folks and the YouTube TV people said, no, we're at an impasse. We're not going to do that. Everybody's advertising, hey, you're going to lose this, you're going to lose that. And ultimately, a few days ago, yes, YouTube TV lost ABC, ESPN, and all the Disney channels. They're gone temporarily. Now, how long is this going to last? Well, sometimes they last a day. The longest ones have been about a week. Now, they each need each other. Trust me, they each need each other. The question is Disney going to give the YouTube TV the same rates they're getting from Comcast, is paying those channels, or are they going to have to pay a higher rate, even though they're moving up and it gradually will become the number 1 place for video? That's the rub. I can't tell you what it's going to be. I can't tell you when it'll be settled, and I can't tell you how much it's going to be paying. But I can tell you this. If you end up having to pay more for Disney than you were previously paying for ESPN, if you're having to have to pay more, well, guess what? The rate you're paying DirecTV is going to go up, just so you know. Every time these companies providing a service call for more money, that's passed on to you. And that's how the game works, folks. That's how it worked with cable TV. That's how it's going to work with streaming TV. And eventually, these companies are going to say, we're going to stand alone, do our own thing, and you pay each one individually for the channels you want. That's how it's coming someday. Not yet, but it is coming. So if you have YouTube TV and you're missing your ABC and your Disney, it'll be over soon. I can't tell you when, but it could end up costing you more money every month when you pay your bill.